To see you as always, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
Hey, I'm well, thanks. You've now had a few days of OTAs and now the first day of minicamp to work with Noah Gray, and I'm curious what your first overall impressions with the guy as he's acclimating to the scheme.
Well, one of Coach Reed's big things is bring energy, man, and show your personality. And so far, he's done both. It's been a lot of fun so far. 8-3, he's got a very unique way of understanding football. He's years ahead of being a rookie, which is awesome. You can kind of give him pointers, and he's running with everything. He's absorbing all the information that the coaches are giving him, that he's hearing from other players, and he's having a lot of success out there on the field. He's gonna definitely help us this year.
Let's go next to Mick Schaefer. Go ahead, Mick.
Sorry, it's actually Mackenzie. Hey, Travis, I just wanted to ask you, I interviewed Kanaya about the shoe she designed, and it was so exciting to just see how excited she was and talk about that experience with her. What's that like for you to just, you're making their day. This is just an opportunity, a once in a lifetime opportunity that she could not stop talking about.
Oh man, it's first, I'm just very fortunate that I was in the position that I'm in, both as an athlete and as an influence in the community. It's just another reason why I love this area, this city, the Chiefs Kingdom, and every day around Kanaya is awesome, man. She's so heartfelt, very genuine, just appreciative of everything that's come her way, and Nike couldn't have picked a better young lady to create a shoe and to help me kind of push the trailblazer that we did. And I'm just very thankful that she was so fun and she was so happy to just be a part of it. And shout out to Kanaya.
Let's go next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Travis, a long time ago now, but I believe it was 14. You were the tight end behind Anthony Fasano. What do you remember about that time? And now that the Chiefs, I think for the second time in your tenure, have drafted a tight end, what can you take from that time and kind of pass it along from Noah to Noah Gray?
Just the confidence of the game. I think that's the biggest thing that Fasano gave me, was that, if you put the work in, if you understand the game mentally, you can play so much faster. And I think Noah has a great understanding of the game. He has a good understanding of what defenses are being presented in front of him. And that's half the battle, man, knowing what the other side of the ball is doing, so you have an idea of what you should be doing. And he's hit the ground running ever since we started.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Travis. Earlier in your career with the Chiefs, you guys played a lot of multiple tight end formations, maybe got away from that a little bit, and certainly looks like, particularly judging from what we saw today, you guys are going to be doing a lot of that again. What are the advantages from your viewpoint to multiple tight end formations? And Brad, I'll have a follow-up as well.
Well, Adam, I think the biggest thing is just the mismatches. It presents a different set of formations and a different set of rules for the defense to be more gap sound in the run game, but at the same time have an idea of more play action stuff. And then it puts the, for the most part, they bring in more linebackers or a bigger guy because we're bringing in bigger guys, right? So they try and match the personnel, which can also kind of play in our advantage because we got guys that can run routes in both. Everywhere in the tight end room. So it's just trying to take advantage of those mismatches and just be accountable for the team. Anything that Coach Reed can imagine, we want to be able to give him that option to call.
Okay. And you said recently in an interview, you talked about the Chiefs and the Browns, and you said maybe they're neck and neck, the two teams for best in the AFC. Can you elaborate on that? What you think about the Browns? You just throwing some love to your hometown, or what is it about the Browns you really think is all that?
Well, I grew up living in the any given Sunday world, man. Any team can beat you, right? I remember, I think it was 2015 or 14. I forget which year it was, but the Raiders they hadn't had a win on their schedule, or they hadn't had a win in their season yet. And we went into Oakland on a Thursday night and took an L to a team that was winless. And I'm not saying that they're the Raiders by any means. I just think that, the Browns have done a great job of, getting that organization back to, a very respectable, very, competitive team. And with that, you got to respect everybody. You just got to, to give everybody your best shot. And we're definitely not taking the Browns light. That's for sure.
It's Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Travis, this is kind of related to what Adam just asked you about, actually, but I know the answer is supposed to be like one day at a time and all that, but you look around the league, who do you see as sort of the biggest competitor, rival, or threat in the AFC to get back to the Super Bowl?
I mean, we got 3 really good teams in the division. I'm not going to look past anybody in our division. If you look at the entire AFC, outside of the Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers, I mean, obviously the Browns, the Ravens, the Titans just got another huge piece to their offense that's very interesting. And who knows who's going to show up? I mean, there's a lot of good young teams like a Miami. And it's just, you got to be ready. You got to be ready for it all. You can't forget about the Bills. I mean, there's teams all over the place that can come up and get a win, and you just got to respect them all and go to work every single week.
We've got 4 left. We'll go right down the line, starting with Aaron. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, appreciate the time here today, Travis. A lot of noise around LeVeon Bell and what he had to say on the way out. I'm curious if you're surprised to hear that from a guy that's been inside that locker room, and maybe if you listen to that in relation to your experience.
Yeah, I was surprised. I think LeVeon, when he came here, was a very hard worker. He was a pro's pro. I mean, he was working his tail off in practice. I think there was a little bit of his body. He was a little banged up there towards the end of the season. And I'm a guy who I was excited when we got him. I was hoping that he was going to be able to help us out a lot. And it's just, you never like to see things like that, especially when I think so highly of a guy like LeVeon and like Coach Reed. So it's just, I don't know, it's just unfortunate, but I don't talk about other guys' situations. I don't know what happened between them. And, I just appreciate LeVeon coming in and working as hard as he did. Because I know it was a unique and different situation that he was in, man.
Go to Darren Smith. Go ahead, Darren.
Hey, Travis, hope you're doing well. I'm curious, and I have 2 questions for you. One, how does the mindset and how does the mentality change from the first year when you all missed out on going to the Super Bowl to the next year winning the Super Bowl, and then the year after you lose the Super Bowl? What's the mindset and the work ethic in coming back the following season like that? And then I have a follow-up after that.
I think right now everybody's more motivated now than we were before we won a Super Bowl. I think everybody's still got a bad taste in our mouth on how we finished the season last year. And it's just, that's fueling the fire. We got a lot of guys flying around right now, excited to come to practice, excited to go to work, and excited to try and get this thing rolling in the right direction early and keep it in that direction. But I think for the most part, the mentality's always been the same, man. We're going to go into this season trying to win every single football game, whether home or away. And with that mentality, man, the sky's the limit, man. We'll let everything else play out how it goes.
Second question, obviously last year you were in the mix, I guess, in the design of the Super Bowl ring. Have they come to you about the AFC Championship ring, or you have any input on that, or what?
I only want to see rings that I win. I don't want to see the rings that I lose, man. So I'll just leave it at that.
We'll go last to Sarin Petro. Go ahead, Sarin.
Travis, I know last year was the Run It Back tour, and virtually every single player, at least on the core, was back for the team. This year, there's more of a normal NFL season. There's more turnover, especially along the offensive line. Even the receivers, Sammy moving on. Does that? I know the mindset and the focus, and you guys that have been around for all these years, that it's the next step for all you guys. But for new guys, whether it's rookies or guys coming from other teams, is that maybe an injection, fresh blood? Maybe guys that don't have that Super Bowl ring that a lot of you guys do. Does that added maybe some energy to the room, or is it something you gotta drag them and bring them up to speed and get them up to your level? How does that dynamic work?
I think the Brett Veach and the coaches and the front office did a great job of bringing in guys that are ready to work. I mean, they brought in championship level guys that have been in the playoffs, guys that have been in Super Bowls, guys that are just, pros. And that's the biggest thing is to be able to have a culture like Coach Reed has kind of laid the foundation here. And the leaders in this building have laid the foundation. It makes it easy for guys that are professionals that actually want to go to work and want to win, and it means something to them to come in and find that culture and appreciate it and add to it. And that's something that I've always loved about Coach Reed. I mean, being here 9 years now, you see a lot of guys come and go. You know, a lot of guys that you wish you wish we could have never let go. And it's just that's the business of the NFL. So you just got to be able to every single year kind of reboot that entire chemistry, the entire team. Every year is a new year. No matter who's in the building, no matter who you got to be able to create that new team with the guys that are in the building.
Travis, appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good one, guys.